Hi everyone, day 12. What happens when we have to slow down to speed up? I watched a wonderful video on YouTube of an interview on impact theory, Tom Bilyeu's show. He interviews Morán Cerf, and it's a beautiful and enlightening discussion that just opens your mind to every possibility in the world to use the brain to rewrite our narrative. And I really encourage you to see it. It's amazing. But it got me thinking about the narrative, the story that we have in Western culture and in the world, where faster equals better, and where efficiency is kind of a demigod. And I think Cerf even talks about it in terms of science really having the opportunity to play God now. These concepts are not new, wondering how far we can go with human potential. There's a side of human potential in people who are different, people with disabilities, like me, people like Charlotte Gigi, the little girl with epilepsy who, thanks to her life, what a life. Look her up, Charlotte Gigi. It was because of her, the severity of her epilepsy, that medical marijuana was discovered to be effective and is now a gift for people with seizure disorders all over the world. We have research behind it, and we have it available because of her life. But when we think about optimal performance and peak performance and high achievement and a fast world, there's kind of that one model of faster equals better. And yet in nature we have this flow model instead. It's more like in Kabbalah, where you have the infinity symbol that looks like a figure 8 turned sideways. It's not really made of two equal loops. One side is just a little bit longer than the other, so that mathematically one is one digit longer and the other is a digit shorter, and it creates, in nature, it creates flow, it creates movement. And I think in this time of COVID, what we're experiencing is the virus taking our speeded world by the throat, stopping everything. And what that gives us is this shift in flow from having only acceleration to now having the other extreme, which is shutdown. And from this kind of movement of coming to understand where the benefits are of each thing, the fast and then the slower, it allows us to make a shift in our perspective, perhaps, and to think more like we do when we're looking at a garden and imagining trying to have maximum food supply from it. We want the fast plants, the slow plants, those that are perishable quickly, those that are going to be storable. We want all the variation, and the reason we want all the variation is because one size does not fit all, and because the complementarity is more effective than simply speed as efficiency. And so if we look at what is blossoming in terms of efficacy, I am impressed. I'm very impressed by the opportunity people have to reconnect enough in their lives with one another, to feel again, not feel and react, but feel and take a breath and slow down. I embarrassingly shared my sadness and how I sat on the ground to weep and to kind of come back together, to regroup. And it's embarrassing to share those kind of weaknesses and vulnerabilities, but it's human. It's human. And being able to cherish what is essentially human, all of our variations. I think now is a time that we can cherish our variations. And we can look at how all people are playing a part, and the absolutely heroic parts that people are playing who may not have the most education, the the classic identifiers of being a successful person, but look at how they're serving. Look at all the people who are serving in minimum wage jobs and low wage jobs who never ever would get the accolades as being examples of high achievement and benefit and making it. And yet here are the people in our stores, on the front lines of healthcare work, the policemen, the there are service people everywhere who are stepping up, who are stepping up, who are stepping up. In a time where, especially in the USA, American exceptionalism is, I think, a hideous model, and it doesn't work anywhere in the world, and it doesn't work there. But it's a time to really dismantle that and to be incredibly thankful for the variation in people. And the one thing we share is heart. We make any number of differences in how our bodies work and how our minds work, but the kind of heart, that's what can distinguish all of us in this time, is what kind of heart we have and how we allow it to come to the fore and how we build on the world that's coming, the new normal, from a place of heart. This is what COVID is giving back to us. What a horrible, dreadful, and amazing gift if we have the courage to take it.